that's for the passion. Fuck whoever asking. You know the shit is everlasting. I ain't the one that's for the gas.
And we're back to another installment of the Sweet Remedy Exclusive. I'm your humble and gracious host, Noah. We got the lovely Tay Wayne, and we are here with LaChay, middle name Thomas, owner and operator of Queen's Beauty Services. So how you doing today?
I'm well. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Honestly, like I told you, this is all about you. So honestly, I just want to hear like your story up until now. What brought you here to this point with Queen's Beauty? What made you get it started? You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I started this company because I experienced really bad like ingrown hairs and blackheads just from like shaving or waxing or any type of hair removal. And so I had a conversation with my homegirl, and she was saying that she also experienced these, issues with her skin, hyperpigmentation, and just the things that come with blackheads. And so it was a joke at first. And I was like, oh, I'm going to start a business. And she was like, no, you really should. And I was like, wait, really? And so it just kind of took off from there. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised here. Did some school in DC, the DMV area, and then now I live in Atlanta. So that's why we are located in all three cities, Atlanta, Cleveland, and the DMV. Okay. And yeah, that's Queen's Beauty Services.
It's crazy because I actually read the About Me page but more so as Queen's Beauty comes, like what besides the conversation and besides the fact that you actually experience the things that you're performing on others, like what was the deciding factor that drove you to actually, you got a whole fucking business, y'all. Like
yeah. So I actually never thought of myself being a business owner. I am a lawyer by trade. Shout out to all the lawyers, HU, Howard Law. So I never thought about opening anything that has to do with skincare or anything like that because that's just not my trade. My trade is law. Right. However, I'm always open to another source of income. And with this, I just really wanted to help people. It really isn't about the income for me because growing up and over the past 10 years, there's really no one who offered these services that I knew of. And I traveled a lot, I moved a lot, and I never ran into anyone who was just like zoned in on helping you after you remove the hair. And so that's what I wanted to do for other people, especially young women like myself.
Okay.
So it's really, for me, it's really a help factor. It's not really about the money at all because I make money as a lawyer. That's not what I'm out for. I'm really just trying to help people and my people flourish with their skin and just, be melanated and beautiful.
Yo, but the thing about it is, I've always been an advocate for it. The things that you love doing brings you the most money. Like, and I know you love being a lawyer, but very much obviously you truly enjoy doing this.
Actually, everything that I've done so far has been out of pocket. Like, I don't have any sponsors. I'm not helping. I have no fundraisers yet. Be on the lookout for those. But everything is really just because I want to do it myself. Like, this is what brings me joy. This is what I do in my spare time when I can be traveling on someone's beach in another country. I'm here, commuting back and forth from Atlanta to DC to Cleveland, providing these services. And the cost is actually very, very cheap compared to what they could be out in LA.
So I hate to, expand so fast, but I know you're in three cities, primarily Atlanta because that's where you reside. You're from here. DMV is another home. Have you thought about going back to where you went to undergrad to provide your services or extending out to Cali?
I have not. So I went to undergrad in a very rural area in Pennsylvania. It's an hour from Baltimore. It's an hour from Philadelphia, 2 hours from New York. And so it's in the middle of kind of nowhere. But it's funny you say that because this is a segue. I am doing a college tour that will include HBCUs like the Lincoln University 1854, the first degree granting HBCU. And so that'll be around homecoming. So Howard, Lincoln, Morgan, that's in Baltimore. I'll be hitting all of those schools and I'll have some type of discount. So be on the lookout.
Hey, y'all heard her. But before we go, I need y'all to motherfuckers, right here, click this motherfucking subscribe button and you know, right next to the subscribe button is this bell. It's Know the Gang. We need that. You'll get all the posts from the Sweet Remedy podcast page. But back to because I've been knowing you since 9th grade.
Man, 2006.
Like it's been a while. So it was like when you first came at me as, because I'm actually a beau of beauty services.
A Queen's Beau. Our male models.
Follow her page at Queen's Beauty Services on IG. But I actually just recently, like 20 minutes removed, maybe an hour removed from my first service. My face is flawless.
Yes.
But you specialize in beards, of course. Well, like,
I specialize. So the reason I started this is because of the bikini area, primarily. People just are so self-conscious about that area, especially with swimsuit season. I started this business right before May, April 26th. And so it was like, you know, you don't want to have your legs crossed at the beach. You don't want to be self-conscious about your chin, or, you know, if you have hair on your chest or your stomach or whatever. And so that's my specialty. So I would say I specialize in the bikini and the beard area, or for women, their chin. But I also do backs. I also do the chest area. People have blackheads up here. They have things underneath their navel. And so it's really anywhere on the body. I'm not going to be like, you know, too invasive, and I'm not going to do anything that's like outside of my comfort zone. I'm not an esthetician, so I don't have a license. So I'm not going to be doing anything where I have to use chemicals or drills or anything that requires me to really perform or get into the skin too much. I'm just trying to do the surface areas, kind of like your mom would do.
Yeah, but honestly, y'all, I know us black men, I know, you know, our moms used to pick them motherfucking blackheads. Look, she makes this shit comfortable. It's fun. Like, nigga, like I use, like, you know, when your mama be picking it, like, mom, get the fuck off me. Like, I was sitting here about to go to sleep. Shit.
I also do the underarm too. So that's a specialty for me, because you get buildup from deodorant. Right. So you think when you get in the shower, you're just washing and you're scrubbing. No, if you don't exfoliate and if you don't actually like get that out of your skin, you actually have, everyone has deodorant buildup, just because our pores are larger underneath our underarms. When you sweat, that your pores enlarge. So more things are getting inside. So I would say my specialties are the bikini area, the beard or chin for the women, and then the underarms.
Wow. I didn't know the underarms. I probably would have let you.
I got my first ingrown hair under my arm. I was in like 6th grade.
Were you crying?
I did cry. My mom got it out and it was terrible. It was like before a dance, I was getting dressed. I'm like, oh, mom, this hurts. It's a bump. No, ma'am. It was an ingrown.
So this, like you said, I know you were telling me before on another occasion, and just about 15 minutes before we started here, it was mainly because like you grew up watching your moms and your aunties. So like, they're super supportive of?
Yeah, they are. I'm not really sure if they know they're like the inspiration really behind it, but I definitely watched them growing up, just like having, you know, women parties or like sister night or whatever, and they had the same issues with their chin. And so that's where I learned that from, just watching literally the greats and how they dealt with it, and then just thinking about, you know, the modern technology and what we know now, kind of trying to incorporate that with what I already know. And then that's kind of how my formula was developed. And I actually don't have those problems, but I know how to treat them because I've seen it all my life.
Oh, that's so fucking raw though.
Thank you.
Like, and because I try to be a little bit informal when I do the exclusive, because it's just me and you,
right? And
like when I told you, like, it's strictly about you. So I want you to give us 5 things that, you know, nobody normal knows about Che.
5 things about me. I played lacrosse when I was in high school. I played lacrosse, very aggressive sport. I speak a little Swahili.
Okay.
I think people know I love to travel, so I'm not going to use that one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I couldn't tell by the Instagram.
5 things. I like multiple streams of income. I look up to mentors for advice before I take a new step or a new venture. And I stay humble. That's 5.
See, I want to harp on one of them though.
Okay.
Especially like you go for advice before you even step out and venture things?
Every time.
Every time?
Everything in my life. I always say, I tell people, because I feel like between your like 20 to 30 years, like those are very crucial years in your life. Like that sets up what you're going to be doing in your 40s and your 50s. And so during that time, before I make a move, I always counsel my mom and my dad, my aunts, my grandmother, if I need to, whoever I feel like could give me the best advice. And then I also, you know, meditate, pray about it. And then I make ultimately my own decision. But the people that come before you have so much wisdom. Right. They know people who probably been in the same situation, who dealt with this. And so I always counsel someone first. And sometimes I don't need to, like my mom now, she's like, you don't need my help. Like I always say, like, if my mama saying wrong, I ain't wrong. But she's like, you know, you're to the point where you know what's wrong and right. Like you don't need my help anymore. And I'm just like, yes, I do. Shit.
That's nice though, because I'm actually one of those people who don't. I won't.
Oh, really?
No, I won't. Like I'll go get advice during the process, or I'll go get advice maybe when I make my first fuck up. But when it happens, when I know I want to do something, I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay.
I think that also is because I'm a very strategic person. Like I have a planner literally sitting right there. So everything is like A, B, C, D. Like if I make this step, then what could happen? It's kind of like Tetris or Monopoly, right? Right. So I never want to make the wrong step because I'm always trying to move forward and for the greatest next thing. And so even my failures are not really failures. They're more like lessons because I know how to move the next time if that situation comes back up. And so I'm always thinking 5 steps ahead. If this happened, what's the next step? If that happened, what's the next step? And so I'm not moving if I'm comfortable and I don't have to. I'm not moving until I feel like that's the right step.
It takes a certain finesse though.
What you mean?
Like what you're explaining, like I feel like because I'm just learning how to finesse certain things, like actually move the right way, like with my job, like this is like my first time really really getting a promotion at a company, actually sticking it out. Appreciate it.
Shout out to me for a promotion.
But like, so when I finally understood, like it's a certain way to move, it's a certain way to talk, reach out for that hand that's sticking out there, because they're reaching their hand out for a fucking reason. So that's the beauty of it, because like you wouldn't be here with this company,
Queen's Beauty Services,
without that. Right. So even with us, like actually doing the podcast, like we had to actually learn how to put out the right content, and we still trying to get the fucking hang of the promotion. Right. I feel like it's kind of touch and go with that. It's just like, put it out there, let's see what happens. But like now that I know that it's not just put it out there, let's see what happened. Keep putting that shit out there, because we know it's gonna happen if motherfuckers see us. Right.
And the more you put out there, the more the people gonna see it. The more content you promote, the more content you produce, the more people gonna see it. Somebody gonna see it. Somebody watching. Ain't nobody just not watching. Just know that.
That's true.
But true. I was gonna say also, you got into it a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more about our background. Okay. So yeah, we met freshman year, Warrensville Heights High School, and kind of just, you know, I don't think we were ever like close friends. No. But we were always kind of like the same kind of area. Like we both did the whole Tri-C thing, you know. We were just around each other. Classes and shit. All the geometry and biology, literally. I just don't know, but the reason I wanted to reach out to you for this is because over the years, we, you know, social media and everything, we kind of start following each other and everything, and I just felt like you would be supportive, and if you weren't interested, then that's cool too. I really didn't know what you were gonna say. Like I was just like, listen, I'm gonna throw the bomb, make that shoot if he don't, you know what I'm saying? But and then with Mercedes, right, Queen's Beauty. She is a Queen's Beauty model. Shout out to Mercedes. I was like, you know, this could be a great platform for the both of you if you all had those issues, and then for the podcast as well, to bring more content to people and bring acknowledgement and bring that conversation just to the table. So here we are at the table. But it all just worked out.
But it's funny though, because like you could just stay in touch with people. Like she said, we wasn't the best of friends. Shit, I'm pretty sure our friendship is going to go to a different level now, of course.
Definitely.
but you never know what happens. I never thought at 27 years old I'd be doing a podcast where I'm actually trying to get national attention.
I never knew podcasts would exist.
Shit.
My dad was like, "You're doing a podcast? Ain't that like radio or something?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's kind of like radio on the internet, but not really. It's an app."
Yeah, exactly. It's an app. But
who knew podcasts would
it's funny because like when I first started seeing you on social media when you went to Howard, like when you first started going to Howard, and I was just like, I was like, oh, she in fucking law school.
She doing something in life.
What's up, Jay?
She not just being a thot out here. No,
and then like time goes by so fast because the first time I saw you, the first time I really got into social media and saw you was at Howard starting off, and then it just seemed like next time I was like,
she graduated?
How the fuck she graduated so fast? What the fuck?
Yeah, and that's another misconception that people have about law school. Law school is only 3 years, right? So you do undergrad for 4,
right? Another
3, and you're a doctor of the law.
And you
versus medical school, which is like another 12.
Because that residency is.
I was going to say the residency is a lot long.
Like 8 years, and then you gotta sit there for 8 years on top of another 4 years of school, and then you get there and be like, oh, okay.
And you still have to take an exam. You have to pass your boards for each state to make sure you know the laws. But that's neither here nor there.
Because we don't gotta deal with that shit.
At all.
But I know it's pretty much wrapping up time. I do want to ask another question. I know you are a lawyer by trade, so what's going down in the state of Georgia for lawyer Che?
Right now I'm just keeping my eagle eyes open. I'm in the entertainment field, so anything to do with contracts, music, film, TV, I'm into all of that. Right now I am working for a firm where I'm just learning kind of the basics, because when you finish law school doesn't teach you how to actually practice law. When we say practice, we mean be in the courtroom, actually doing the work. And so that's what I'm doing right now, getting my stumping grounds, getting my right training. Howard did a great job, but you got to tune it up to make sure you're the best.
Tyler Perry. You see, hey, nigga.
He just opened up a new studio. Shout out to Tyler Perry Studios, located in Atlanta, Georgia. He actually bought
what used to be
a plantation, I believe. He actually bought it. Yeah, he.
Really?
Did you not see his acceptance speech?
Yeah, he did. I own that shit.
Shout out to Tyler Perry. I love him.
Guess what? Lachey Thomas, you need her.
You probably have my resume already too.
You need her on your team. Oh, and guess what? The Sweet Remedy Podcast would love to interview you, sir. Okay. but
just a shameless plug, guys. We have a website, www.queensbeautyservices.com. You will be able to see Mr. Host himself, some other familiar faces. We have an Instagram. Look us up on Instagram at Queens with an S, Beauty Services, an S. Yes. Black owned business, and we're just here to help. So thank you all for having me. I'm happy to be here.
No problem. And again, this is Lachey Thomas, owner and operator of Queens Beauty.
For sure.
And I'm your host, Nor. And this is another successful installment of the Sweet Remedy Exclusive. Peace.
Whoop, whoop.